I couldn't do better right now. So here we are, she said about me to her mother on the phone. I was listening from the hallway, but pretended I didn't hear her. Moved out while she was at work the next day. Left a single note, giving you a chance to do better. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. Hey Reddit, this is my throwaway account because, well, you'll see. I'm a 28-year-old guy, and up until 6 months ago, I was in what I thought was a solid 3-year relationship with Emily, who's 26 and works as a graphic designer. We've been living together in a mid-sized city for the last 2 years, sharing a cozy apartment that I mostly paid for while she built her freelance career. I work in accounting, steady job, good benefits, not exactly thrilling, but it let me support us both when her gigs dried up. I figured that's what partners do, have each other's backs. Looking back, I see the red flags now, but at the time, I was all in. I met Emily through mutual friends right after college. She was vibrant, creative, the kind of person who lights up a room with her ideas and laughter. I fell hard. For the first couple of years, things were great. We'd go on weekend hikes, binge-watch shows, plan trips we couldn't always afford. I was the planner, the one who made sure bills were paid and groceries were stocked. She called me her rock, and I ate it up. But over the last year, things shifted. Subtly at first. Emily started spending more time on her phone, scrolling through social media, liking posts from these influencer types, guys with flashy cars, adventure photos, the whole 9 yards. She'd make these offhand comments during dinner. Look at this guy Jake from work. He's always traveling for projects. Must be nice to have a job that exciting. Jake was her coworker, some hotshot in marketing who she mentioned way too often. I'd brush it off, thinking it was just admiration. Then the comparisons got more pointed. One night, after I surprised her with homemade dinner, nothing fancy, just her favorite pasta, she sighed and said, "You're so sweet, but sometimes I wish we did more spontaneous stuff. Like, remember that story Jake told about his impromptu road trip?" It stung, but I didn't say anything. I just nodded and changed the subject. I started noticing how she'd pull away emotionally too. Date nights turned into her checking her phone every 5 minutes. Sex became routine, like she was going through the motions. And the disrespect crept in, little things, like posting memes on her stories about settling for average, or laughing with her friends about how safe our life was. I sacrificed a lot for us. Flashback to last winter. Emily lost a big client and was spiraling. I picked up extra shifts, cut back on my own hobbies like gaming with friends, even dipped into savings to cover her share of rent. I held her while she cried, reassured her she'd bounce back. And she did, thanks in part to my encouragement. But gratitude? It faded fast. Instead, she'd vent to me about how stuck she felt, implying our life, my life, was holding her back. Then came the phone call that shattered everything. It was a Thursday evening, about 7 months ago. I'd just gotten home from work, tired but looking forward to our usual takeout night. Emily was in the living room, on the phone with her mom. I paused in the hallway to hang up my coat, not intending to eavesdrop, but her voice carried. "Yeah, Mom, things are okay. He's nice, reliable, you know? But honestly, I couldn't do better right now, so here we are." She laughed, that light, dismissive chuckle that used to charm me. "No, seriously, Jake at work? He's more my speed. Ambitious, fun, always up for something new. But with the economy and all, it's not like I can just up and leave. Stability matters, right?" My heart dropped into my stomach. Reliable? Nice. Couldn't do better right now? It was like she'd reduced me to a placeholder, a safety net until something better came along. I stood there, frozen, gripping my coat. Her words looped in my head, smug, casual, like I was some temporary fix. She wrapped up the call with, "Anyway, gotta go. He's home soon. Love you." I pretended I hadn't heard. Walked in, forced a smile, asked about her day. We ate pizza, watched TV, went to bed like normal. But inside, I was reeling. Confusion hit first. Was I really that forgettable? Had I misread everything? Then the hurt sank in, deep and unfair. I'd given her my best, and to her, it was just good enough for now. That night, I barely slept. Stared at the ceiling, replaying every sacrifice, every moment I'd chosen her over myself. By morning, clarity came. I deserved more than being someone's backup plan. No yelling, no confrontation, I wasn't going to beg for respect. While she was at work the next day, I packed my clothes, essentials, and a few keepsakes. Left the rest. On the kitchen counter, I placed a single note, giving you a chance to do better. I drove to my buddy Mark's place that afternoon, bags in the trunk, heart still racing from the adrenaline of leaving. Mark didn't ask too many questions when I showed up unannounced. He just handed me a beer and let me crash on his couch. I turned off my phone for the first few hours, needing the silence to process. When I finally powered it back on, the notifications flooded in. Texts from Emily, starting confused, then escalating. Where are you? Did something happen at work? The first one read. Then, okay, this isn't funny. Call me. By evening, voicemails piled up. I listened to the first one. Hey babe, I got home and… Your stuff's gone? What's going on? Did I do something? Call me back, I'm worried. Worried? That almost made me laugh bitterly. Worried about losing your safety net, maybe. But I didn't respond. Not yet. The next voicemail came an hour later, her tone shifting from concern to irritation. All right, I saw the note. Giving you a chance to do better? What the hell does that mean? Are you breaking up with me over nothing? We need to talk about this like adults. Like adults. As if treating me like a placeholder was adult behavior. I sat there on Mark's couch, staring at the ceiling again. The confusion from the night before morphed into a dull ache. How long had she felt this way? Was every I love you just convenient? Flashback to our anniversary 2 months prior. I'd saved up for a weekend getaway, surprised her with tickets to a cabin in the hills. She seemed happy then, but looking back, her excitement felt forced. This is nice, she'd said. But imagine if we could afford something exotic, like Jake's trips to Europe. Even then, the comparisons slipped in. The calls kept coming. By nightfall, she was frantic. Another voicemail. Please, pick up. I don't understand. Things were fine, weren't they? I mean, yeah, we've had rough patches, but everyone does. You're overreacting. Just come home, and we can fix this. Fix this. Her excuses poured out in the next message, her voice cracking a bit. Okay, fine, if it's about that call with my mom. Wait, did you hear that? God, it was just venting. Mom's always on me about settling down, and I was just, I don't know, blowing off steam. You're not a placeholder, you're my partner. But come on, admit it, our life is a bit routine. I need more excitement sometimes. That's not a crime. Jake's just a friend who gets that, you know? He listens without judging. There it was, her twisted logic spilling out. Justifying her disrespect as venting, framing her emotional wandering as harmless. Blaming me for our routine life, as if I hadn't tried to spice things up. And dropping Jake's name like it was nothing. I finally texted back, keeping it short. It's over. I'll arrange to get the rest of my things later. Take care. Her response was immediate. What? No. You can't just end it like this. We've built a life together. I love you, doesn't that count? You're being so cold. At least talk to me face to face. Cold. After everything I'd given? I blocked her number temporarily, needing space. The unfairness gnawed at me those first few days. I wandered Mark's apartment, replaying moments I'd sacrificed, skipping a promotion opportunity last year because it meant relocating, and Emily didn't want to leave her job. Helping her network for clients, even introducing her to contacts in my circle. All for what? To be good enough for now. A week later, she showed up at Mark's door. I'd stupidly mentioned staying there once. Mark let her in reluctantly. She looked disheveled, eyes red, but her words were a mix of pleas and deflections. Please, let's talk, she said, stepping inside. This is ridiculous. You're throwing away 3 years over a misunderstanding. I stayed seated on the couch, arms crossed. It's not a misunderstanding, Emily. I heard what you said. She paced, wringing her hands. Fine, I said some dumb things. But it wasn't about you. It was about me feeling stuck. Work's been stressful, and Jake's just, he's going through similar stuff. We talked, that's all. You're making this into something it's not. Talking, I repeated flatly, and comparing me to him. Saying you couldn't do better right now. Her face flushed. God, you're twisting it. I meant in this economy, with my career shaky, stability's important. You provide that. But I need passion too. Can't we work on that? I'll cut back on social media, plan more adventures. Just don't leave like this. More justifications, blaming the economy, her job, anything but her choices. She sat down, tears starting. I didn't mean to hurt you. You're the best guy I know. But honestly, sometimes I wonder if we're too comfortable. Jake challenges me, makes me think bigger. There was the hypocrisy, praising me as the best, while admitting Jake was her real interest. I stood up. You want better? Go for it. I'm done. She grabbed my arm. Wait, no? I choose you. Let's fix us. But her eyes said otherwise. I pulled away gently. Goodbye, Emily. She left in a huff, muttering, You'll regret this. That night, the silence hit hard. I felt the weight of the betrayal, the confusion lingering like fog. But underneath, a spark of resolve flickered. I wasn't going back. The weeks after that confrontation blurred into a routine of survival. I found a small studio apartment in a quieter part of the city, nothing fancy, but it was mine. No more shared spaces tainted by half-hearted affection. I threw myself into work. Those extra hours I'd skipped before, I took them now. My boss noticed, and within a month, I landed a promotion to senior accountant. It came with a raise and flexible hours, letting me reclaim hobbies I'd neglected. I started hiking solo on weekends, the kind Emily always dismissed as too predictable. Up in the trails, breathing fresh air, the confusion started to clear. Why had I settled for being second best? Internally, the hurt ebbed slowly. At first, every quiet moment brought flashbacks. Her laugh on that phone call, the smug tone reducing me to a convenience. I questioned myself. Was I too boring? Not ambitious enough? But as days passed, the self-doubt shifted. I journaled a bit, nothing formal, just notes on my phone. She didn't value me. That says more about her. It helped. I reconnected with old friends, guys I'd sidelined for couple time. Game nights, beers after work. They reminded me life existed beyond her. I didn't stalk her social media, blocked her everywhere, but word trickled in through mutuals. At first, it was neutral. Emily's doing okay, moved on quick. Then, about 2 months post-breakup, the details emerged. A friend, Lisa, who we'd both known from college, texted me. Hey, just checking in. Heard Emily's seeing that Jake guy now. Thought you should know. I replied simply, Thanks. I'm good. But inside, it confirmed what I'd suspected. She'd jumped straight into something with him, probably overlapping our end. Lisa added more later. It's all over her feed. Trips, dinners. Looks intense. Intense was an understatement, as karma started its slow roll. 3 months in, cracks showed. Another mutual, Tom, mentioned at a casual meetup. Dude, Emily's been venting. Jake's not what she thought. Super jealous, always picking fights. I nodded, said nothing. Let it breathe. No need to gloat. But the stories piled up. Jake, it turned out, was a mess. Unstable job, marketing gigs that sounded glamorous but paid inconsistently. He'd charm at first, but the facade cracked. Emily lost friends over it. She'd defend him fiercely, alienating our circle. One night, Lisa called. She's in deep. Moved in with him after you left. But he's controlling. Checks her phone, criticizes her work. And get this, office drama. They got caught flirting at work, and her boss reprimanded them. She's on thin ice. Thin ice turned to breaking. For months post-breakup, the big hit, Jake cheated. Blatantly, with a coworker. Emily found out via texts. Ironic, considering how she'd drifted. She confronted him, and it blew up. He turned abusive, yelling, blaming her for being needy. She left, but not before the fallout spread. At work, the affair scandal got her fired. Company policy against office romances, especially messy ones. Suddenly, freelance gigs dried up. Her reputation took a hit in our small creative scene. Isolation set in. Mutual friends stopped inviting her out. Tired of the drama, the excuses. She's spiraling, Tom said one day. Posting cryptic stuff online about learning from mistakes, but no one's buying it. Broke too. Jake drained what savings she had on those adventures. I sat with that info, feeling a quiet vindication. Not joy, just justice. Her smug dismissal, her twisted justifications, they boomeranged. Meanwhile, my life ascended. The promotion led to networking events. I met Sarah there, a 27-year-old project manager with a sharp wit and genuine warmth. We hit it off slowly, coffee, then hikes. No comparisons, no placeholders. She appreciated my stability without mocking it. You're thoughtful, she said on our third date. That's rare. 5 months out, Emily's unraveling peaked. I heard from Lisa. She's alone in the old apartment, struggling with rent. Family's pressuring her to apologize to you. Thinks you're the fix. But I was done fixing. The silence between us stretched, a buffer for my growth. Internal voice now. Calm, clear, I dodged a bullet. She's irrelevant. The unfairness of the betrayal lingered as a lesson, not a wound. I focused forward, new apartment upgrades, planning a solo trip. Life felt full, earned. As the 6th month approached, her desperation began to crack through my barriers. But that's for later. It started small, about 5 months after I left. I'd unblocked her by then, mostly for practical reasons, like sorting out the lease on our old apartment. A text popped up one evening while I was out hiking with Sarah. Hey, can we talk? Miss our chats. Casual, like nothing had happened. I ignored it. The next day, another. I know you're mad, but I've been thinking a lot. We had something good. Good? Her version of good was me as a stepping stone. I didn't respond. That seemed to flip a switch. Calls started coming in, first one a day, then more. I let them go to voicemail. The first one was soft, pleading, please pick up. I messed up, okay? Jake was a mistake. He wasn't who I thought. Can we meet for coffee? Just to clear the air. Clear the air, her way of rewriting history. I deleted it, but she persisted. A week later, she showed up at my new office building after work. I was heading out when I saw her waiting by the entrance, looking anxious in a coat that used to be mine. There you are, she said, forcing a smile. I figured you'd avoid my calls, so here I am. I stopped, kept my distance. What do you want, Emily? She stepped closer, eyes wide. To apologize. Really, that phone call, it was stupid. I was stressed, feeling trapped. But you were never just good enough. You were everything. Jake? He turned out to be a jerk, cheated, yelled, left me high and dry. I see now what I lost. Her voice cracked on lost, but I felt nothing. No sympathy, no urge to console. Okay, I said flatly. Okay, that's it. She frowned, shifting to frustration. Come on, we can fix this. I'll change, more date nights, less social media. Remember how we used to laugh? I miss that. Miss you. Twisted logic again, framing her betrayal as a fixable glitch, ignoring the disrespect. No, Emily. We're done. She grabbed my sleeve. Please. I'm alone now, lost my job because of the drama with him. Friends aren't talking to me. Give us another shot. I pulled away. Take care. And walked to my car. That rejection amped her up. The texts turned desperate. I can't sleep thinking about us. You're the only one who got me. Then, involving others. Her mom called first, toxic as ever. I'd met her a few times. She was the type to meddle and judge. Voicemail. This is Emily's mother. Young man, you need to man up and talk to her. She's heartbroken because of your little tantrum. Families work through things. Don't be selfish. Selfish? After I'd supported Emily through everything, I blocked the number. Next, her sister texted, Dude, you're being a dick. Emily's crying every night. She made one mistake. Forgive her already. Or are you too proud? Unpleasant, pushy, revealing their family's true colors. Then friends, our mutuals who'd sided with her initially. Lisa messaged, Hey, Emily asked me to reach out. She's really sorry. Maybe hear her out. I replied to Lisa, No thanks. But Emily weaponized them too. Tom called. Bro, she's begging me to talk to you. Says she realizes you were the real deal. Come on, for old times' sake. Old times, when I was convenient. I hung up. Her attempts escalated to anger by the 6th month. A late-night voicemail. Fine, ignore me. But you're pathetic, you know that? Ghosting like a coward after 3 years. I deserved better anyway. Wait, no, that's not. God, just call me back. The flip, desperate pleas turning to rage, exposing hypocrisy. You left me when I needed you most. Another message accused. Needed me? For stability, sure, not love. She showed up at my apartment one weekend, banging on the door. Sarah was over. We were cooking dinner. I opened it a crack. Emily, go home. Her eyes were wild, makeup smeared. No, let me in. We need to talk, now? Your little promotion? New place? That's great, but you're empty without me. Jake used me, fired me. Everything's falling apart. Help me fix it. Fix it yourself, I said calmly. She slammed her hand on the door. Screw you. You're heartless. I thought you were better than this. Then, spotting Sarah inside. Who's that? Already replaced me? Slut. I closed the door, called security. Her true colors blared. Angry, entitled, lashing out. The desperation peaked, but I stayed detached. My life, work, Sarah, hikes, was thriving. She was just noise now. The final nail came at our mutual friend Lisa's wedding, 6 months to the day after I left. I'd RSVP'd yes weeks ago, before the drama escalated. Sarah came as my +1. We'd been official for a month, and it felt right. The venue was a charming garden in the suburbs, string lights, laughter, the works. I was in a suit, feeling good, chatting with old acquaintances about my promotion. Then I saw her. Emily, uninvited as far as I knew, crashing through a side gate. Disheveled, dress rumpled, hair messy, like she'd driven straight from a bad night. She spotted me across the lawn and beelined over, ignoring stares. "We need to talk," she hissed, grabbing my arm. Guests murmured. Lisa glanced over, frowning. I stepped back gently. "Not here, Emily. This isn't the place." "Yes, here." Her voice rose, desperate. "I've tried everything. Texts, calls, showing up. My family's begged you. Friends too. I know I screwed up. Jake was abusive, cheated, left me broke and alone. But you were my rock. I realize now, you're the best. Take me back. Please." Tears streamed, but her plea reeked of hypocrisy, admitting the affair's failure, yet expecting me to swoop in. Sarah stood nearby, composed. I squeezed her hand. I mirrored her words calmly. "You said you couldn't do better right then. So I gave you the chance. Looks like you tried, and it didn't work out." Her face crumpled. "Don't throw that in my face. I was wrong. We can start over. I'll be better. No comparisons, no Jake. Just us. Us." That word felt foreign. I glanced at Sarah, warm, supportive, no games. Then back to Emily. "No, I've done better now. Meet Sarah, my girlfriend. We're happy. My job's great, life's full. You're not part of it anymore." She gaped, eyes flicking to Sarah, then me. The power flip hit her, me thriving, her desperate, on display at a celebration of love. "But, I love you. Doesn't that mean anything?" "It did once," I said firmly, focused on my growth. "But you made me irrelevant. Now, you're irrelevant to me. Go home, Emily. Preserve what's left of your dignity." She stood frozen, then turned, shoulders shaking, weaving through the crowd. Whispers followed. "What was that?" "Poor girl. Heard she got fired." Lisa pulled me aside later. "Sorry about that. She begged to come." I said no. "No worries," I replied. "It's over." Walking away with Sarah, hand in hand, I felt complete closure. The betrayal sting? Gone. I'd evolved. Calm, free, upgraded. Emily was a chapter closed, a lesson learned. Living my best life now. Update. If you're reading this, thanks for the support, Reddit. Moral? Don't settle for being someone's right now. You deserve better. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.